What's up, guys? We're going to have a short lesson today about another text effect. We're going to show you how you can create something like this, which I thought was pretty cool. Saw a video the other day showing how to use this plugin called Saber that I already had. And I thought you could use it in your videos, like your Quaker Vision videos, or maybe for your video yearbook stuff. But super easy, done in After Effects, with the exception of, it's all done in After Effects with the exception of the third-party plugin that you have to get. So the first thing that you need to do is go to the internet and go to videocopilot.net. This is an awesome website that not only has like plugins that you could download or buy for After Effects, but it also has a bunch of tutorials for you to watch. A lot of them have to do with After Effects, some Cinema 4D stuff, mostly After Effects stuff. They're pretty awesome, so if you're ever sitting around with no projects to do, I highly suggest watching one of these tutorials. So anyways, the plugin that we're going to get is called Saber, and it's basically, they created this so that you can make lightsabers or lightsaber type stuff. If any of you saw that video from last year where Mrs. Hamilton and myself had a lightsaber battle, this is the plugin that I used. The Saber effect. So anyways, go to videocopilot.net and look for the Saber plugin right here. Click on it. It will automatically start playing that tutorial for Saber. You can watch that if you want, but he shows you a couple different ways you could use the plugin. But right here where it says download plugin, you're just going to click on that. It's going to download the installer folder there down in the left hand corner. Open that up, and then it gives you a Saber installer for Mac and a Saber installer for Windows. You're just going to open that up, double click on the Saber installer, and then you're just going to walk through these steps. I don't think it's going to let me, you just follow those steps and hit next. Which version of After Effects you're going to do? CC 2015, that's good. Click next to continue, next. See, I get this error code, and that's because I already have it downloaded, but you will not. So go through the steps and hit finish, and it should pop up a exe file, I think it is. Maybe not, but there should be another file now once you follow the steps here called Saber. What you're going to do now is leave that window open and minimize that, and from this PC, I want to make it so you can see both windows here. So you'll have this window with the downloaded Saber plugin, and then another window over here where you're going to find your After Effects program files. So you're just going to go over here to local disk C. You're going to go to the C drive over here, and then program files, and then Adobe, and then you want this effect for After Effects, or this plugin I should say for After Effects, so you click up Adobe After Effects, support files, and go down to plugins, and there you go. You can open up effects here. I had a Video Copilot folder. There it is. That's an AEX file. So anyways, you can open up effects where all of these, where all of your effects are, and you can just take the AEX file from over here and drag and drop it into this folder here. If you have After Effects open already, you're going to have to close it and restart it. But once you do, if you go over in the Effects and Presets, you should now have Video Copilot tab here over at the bottom. And if you open it up, Saber should be in there, and you can see I have another one from Video Copilot called Color Vibrance, which is also a good one to get. But there you go. Now you should have the Saber plugin in After Effects. So now I'm just going to close this. And get rid of this. We'll start from scratch. Get rid of this stuff here. Yes, and we're just going to make a new composition. And make sure it's 1920 by 1080, and you lock that aspect ratio. We're going to call this Saber text. And hit OK. And then we want to create a new text layer. I'm just going to click on my text tool up here, and I'm going to click or type Devar. And then with the direct selection tool highlighted there, to line that up quickly, I can just go to Align, which is right underneath my effects and presets here. Align, and then I can center it horizontally. Oops, and it won't work if you have caps lock on. I can center that horizontally and vertically, so now it's in the center of my screen. I use, I don't know what font yours will be on, but Impact is a pretty good one for this. It's a bold font. But anyways, all caps there in Impact. My font size is 383. I don't know, you can make it whatever you want. And you can make it whatever color you want to. It's not really going to matter once you put the Saber effect on there. So anyways, you have your text there. The next thing you want to do is create a new solid. So go up to Layer, New Solid. We're going to call this Saber Effect, just to keep it organized. And again, it'll automatically make it same settings as your comp that you just started, 1920 by 1080. You can make that whatever color you want. That doesn't really matter. We'll make it blue. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do is go back to Effects and Presets, down to Video Copilot, grab that Saber effect, click, and drag it onto, you can either drag it right here on top of the solid, or you can drag it on top of that layer and let go. And you're going to see it's going to show up with this blue looking lightsaber here. And this is where, if you were actually doing stuff with lightsabers, you would keep it like this, and you would change the blending mode to screen, and then you would make this thicker and track it onto like your lightsaber or whatever. But anyways, we're not going to do that. So once you drag Saber onto the layer, all you're going to do, very simple, is go up to Customize Core and open that up. And then where it says Core Type, you're going to change that from Saber to Text Layer. And then you're going to change the text layer from none to whatever that word is that you typed there. In this case, mine's Devar, so I just change it to Devar, and now the Saber effect is on the actual text layer. And you can't see it right now, it's so bright, so if I turn down the glow intensity over here, now you can see it. And that's almost it. We just have to animate it here. You can choose, they have a whole bunch of presets here. All of these different presets, you can go through and find one that you like. You know, they have like 50 of them. And you can mess around with the intensity. As This one almost looks like it's underwater. But anyways, if you don't do any animation, if you don't animate anything yourself manually, it's already going to be animating somewhat. So if I hit the space bar here, you can see that it's moving. That one looks like it's underwater. To me, it's kind of cool. But anyways, I'm going to use, I'll bring the playhead back to the beginning, and I'm going to use replicant. Alright, and it gives me this like pink, purple color. I'm going to change that color to, I don't know, might as well do red, huh? Change it to red. And there you go. Kind of cool. By the way, if yours isn't loading very fast, like if you hit spacebar and it's taking a long time to render, you might want to change this right here to, like if yours is at full, that's showing you how it's going to render when it's done. And you can see how mine is going way slower now that it's at full, because it's rendering in like full 1080 high definition, like what it's actually going to look like when it's done. And that's taking a lot of memory from your computer. If yours is going really slow and you really don't notice the difference here, if I change it to half, or even I usually have it on a third, it's going to render way faster. See how much faster that is. But I'm getting the basic idea of the effect there. I don't need to have it in full definition there, or high definition. Anyways, take the playhead, make sure it's at the beginning. Actually, you can take the playhead and bring it out to however long you want this animation to be. If you want it to be really quick animation or longer, I'm going to just put it at 2 seconds there. And then, under Customize Core, I'm going to animate the end offset. So if I just click the stopwatch here to set a keyframe, and that's going to say that at this point in time in the timeline, it's going to be 100%, which is like this. And then, if I take the playhead and move it back to the beginning, and move the end offset from 100% down to 0, it set another keyframe there. So now this, at the beginning frame, it's going to be at 0% for the offset, and then at 2 seconds it'll be 100. So now if I hit spacebar, it might take a little bit to render it out, but there you go. Pretty easy, kind of cool looking. I'm sure you can use that for something. And again, if I mess around with the different presets that they have. Maybe I can't see that, so I can turn down the intensity here. I don't know. There you go.